your body. Got a problem with authority. Would you stop the speeding bullet? Are you afraid of the masked man? Come on! Bring it on! Think you've got a game?
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe, this is the most badass hockey podcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point Live, the week in hockey news. Today we're going to be going over the Boston Bruins, Chicago Blackhawks, only in a half an hour matchup. We'll be touching on those two teams and how important it is for both of these teams to set a standard at this point in the season. We'll also be talking about Alexander Ovechkin. He told Ryan to grow hair, and the media and the rest of us gets laughed. Get it, Jeff?
Aha.
Oh, Jesus. I stole that from a meme. That's pretty lame. And we'll also be going over some dopey troll. It should be pretty funny. I wouldn't even call him a troll. He's not even that good. Stick around. Week in Hockey News. This is Shot from the Point Live. Come on and bring it. And from the heart of St. Louis, newsman, bluesman, Jeff Huffman, the only man that could make it. Jake's still in Tampa, soaking up the Rays. Probably telling dopey jokes while everybody gets ridiculously drunk. You know, he doesn't drink, you know that?
I did not know that.
No, he doesn't
Good
drink.
for him.
I don't know that he's even ever had alcohol in his mouth, if you can believe that.
Well, that makes two of us.
Well, are you kidding me? I got like two straight edge dudes on my show.
You do?
Oh, you gotta be fucking joking.
I am not.
Are you totally straight edge?
I am.
You're fired.
100%.
I can't believe this. I can't even believe you like what I do. That you want to be a part of this. I'm a raging alcoholic. You didn't know that?
I don't care.
You don't care? Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's funny. We'll watch them die together and talk about it. And so, yeah. When I'm dead, you all can sit around. It's like, you know, I did talk to him about the drinking. All right, let's get in. Let's get into what I want to get into right away, too. And that would be now. The Chicago Blackhawks and the Bruins. Two very different teams in two, well, they're kind of like drastically different situations here. The Chicago Blackhawks, as you can see here, are, you know, they're in a reasonably good spot. They're certainly going to make the playoffs, but they are 4-3.
We'll be seeing them in April.
What's that? Yeah, we're going to be seeing them in April. It's not a big deal. I mean, they have Boston tonight. The way they've been playing, that's not too tough. They also have two straight against the Cats, and the one tough one would be Tampa, which they probably can beat. I mean, they certainly could beat. And then the Carolina's that's a check mark. I mean, let's face it. But the Blackhawks have not been the dominant team that we've come to know over the last 2 years or so. And I am starting to wonder about their cup chances. And why do I say that? I say that because, in my experience, dominating teams, not necessarily in the regular season, but dominating teams win. Have the Blackhawks lost that edge? Now, they could pull a very typical Detroit Red Wings, make the playoffs, and then sort of make a deep run, just barely make the playoffs and make a deep run. Now, I'm not saying that the Blackhawks,
like the Kings the last couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
Last couple wins.
Exactly. And as currently the Kings are capable of that, they're starting to scare. They have a nice win in the Stadium Series game, which had to have the lamest. That had to have been the lamest outdoor game ever. Did you watch it by any chance?
I wasn't able to see any of it. So
why? They blocked it over in St. Louis, or?
No, I was busy coaching all five players that showed up to the game last night.
Because not only are you straight edge, you're like a good person. What the fuck am I? You're gone. It's your last show. I hope you enjoy it. I'm looking for rotten SOBs. But anyway, like, what was I talking about? The fucking Blackhawks. You know, I really wonder about the Blackhawks' chances this year. I do believe the St. Louis Blues, and I'm not just saying this because you're here, are really the team of the future. I know they've struggled in parts in the season, but it's never gotten to a panic button situation or maybe a questionable situation. The Blues are having a better season than maybe most critics thought they would have. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, they're 5 points ahead of the Blackhawks right now. They got 80 points.
I expect them to either
They lost last night. They haven't been playing very well as of the last couple games.
I expect.
I have some reasons why they're doing that.
You leave no room for error. You're really tough on them. But I honestly expect this year for a new team to emerge, considering the way the Kings are playing, considering the way the Blackhawks are playing, and I think that team is either going to be the Predators, probably the best team in hockey. I just don't think they have the playoff experience to.
I think they're gonna burn out.
No, that's what I think. They're going to burn out. They're going to learn from it. And they're probably going to win the whole thing next year. But I think this is a really opportune time for the Blues to take advantage of. Now, we could be talking very differently come playoff time with the Blackhawks.
Yeah, barring half the Blues get knocked out in the last couple games.
Well, that could always happen, but I mean, any injury can happen.
Did last year.
Pretty much any time. I mean, I don't really. I mean, injuries happen. That's just simply the way it goes. But I don't think it's their year. I know Dave was really hot on him because, well, he's a Blackhawks fan. But I don't think it's their year. I think this may be a year where they lose early round and then they make a couple moves and they're back again. This is.
Yeah, I was thinking second round exit for them.
Yeah. I could really see that happening. I don't think they're the dominating thing. And it's as well as it, but you know, if Crawford gets hot and all these guys are on point, they're the best. They're very simply the best team. The best.
Just have Crawford play the Blues because he turns into God when he plays the Blues.
I noticed that. That's funny. And that is a very I think a likely matchup in later rounds. Now let's switch to the Boston Bruins. Other than the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins are in much different situations. They seem to be almost clinging to a wild card spot. And the next
only 1 point up of Florida.
Yeah, they're 1 point up on Florida.
Philadelphia is right behind them. They're 3 points. They're 3 points behind Florida. And actually, the Philadelphia just took the lead over Washington.
Philadelphia just took the lead over Washington. They've been playing a lot better lately. The Flyers. I don't think they're going to get back in it, but they're certainly reasonable to make it. They're also 10 points behind the other wild card team at this stage, the Pittsburgh Penguins, which they are more than likely not going to catch in any meaningful way. Boston finds themselves in a much different situation. I did a whole monologue diatribe on why the Boston Bruins are kind of in big trouble, and I think it's because not just the Sagan trade, but the fact that they tried to go with sort of a different attitude or a different identity. And that identity fit.
Was completely not needed.
It wasn't needed, and the identity fit the player they traded, Tyler Sagan. So I got to be honest with you, I think it's a house. I think that's a fireable mistake by upper management. They got
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fireable mistake. Now that we're getting some look. I mean, they're talking about trading Louis Anderson over there, like getting rid of him and saying like.
I've been hearing that too.
Yeah, I mean, what was the point? Trade a franchise player. Tyler Sagan has a genuine chance to be a franchise star face of the National Hockey League.
Oh, he's going to be the face of Dallas.
Certainly going to be the face of Dallas. And Jamie Benn's no slouch either, and they seem to have hit it off.
Decides to get his first career hat trick against the Blues, but
yeah. So I mean, two very different teams tonight. What's your predictions for tonight? It starts in about a half an hour, and I gotta actually prep the game. Who do you think is going to win tonight? And does it mean anything at this point in the season to you? I mean, but I see now, especially February and March, this is statement time for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. No, I think Chicago is going to take this one. I'm going to take the easy pick here. Mm-hmm. And just from watching the Bruins the other night when they played the Blues, they held the Blues to 15 shots, but they let up 5 goals.
Yeah,
they let up 5 goals.
Well,
15 shots.
We did mention. Well, I mean, you did have the, and that's another thing we want to get into. That's probably a good time to segue into this. Of course, Malcolm Subban made his first appearance for the. It's an interesting team to put him against. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't even like that management decision terribly much. Malcolm Subban, very high draft pick, brother of PK Subban. A lot of hope. He's had some good years in Providence, from what I understand, for the Providence Bruins. This is a big moment. Man gives up 3 goals on 6 shots total. At what point, because I actually never got to see the game, he pulled them in the first period, I imagine, right?
Second period. It was 1-0. 1-0 Boston after one period.
It was 1-0. Oh, okay.
And then the Blues went off.
He got in there. I'm chalking this up to some nerves, being put in a bad situation, replacing one of the top goalies in the league. I don't think this is a reflection on Malcolm Subban. I think we got to give the kid a break, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a forgettable debut.
Yeah,
Forgettable
exactly.
debut.
I mean,
it was actually pretty funny because Darren Pang, our other Blues commentator, and I know you find him annoying, right?
I like him personally, but he's just too friendly. He's like you. He's straight edge. You know what I mean? But he just strikes me.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. I don't drink wine, but feel free. Have fun, people. That's the way I see Darren Pang. But otherwise, go ahead. What did he say?
No. I was gonna say he was talking about after the third goal. I think it was Oshie that scored. Took beautiful slap shot, but after that third goal, Darren Pang is because he was a goalie. If any of you guys watching didn't know that, Darren Pang was a goalie, and he made the comment. He's like, "It's so hard to be a parent of a goalie." And as he's saying that, they go to Subban's parents, and they're sitting in the crowd laughing as he's getting pulled out. As Subban's getting pulled.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
That's interesting. Oh God, we have to. You should have told me. We got to make a video. That's video.
Oh my God, it was hysterical.
But they were laughing at him. Is it that tough in the Subban's household?
Well, I don't know if they were laughing at him, but they put the camera on them and they were laughing.
They just happened to be laughing at the time.
Yeah.
Look at Malcolm. He's fucking up out there. Ain't like PK, are you? Don't worry about it. We're just busting your balls, Malcolm. It's only your debut in the NHL with an original 6 team in an important game. Oh, that's funny. I'm glad you told me that. I did miss that game. I had my daughter here this weekend, which I wouldn't have missed it in any other week. That's hysterical. That's funny. And we also, like I said, I'm going to chalk this up to nerves. I like the kid. He's a high-round draft pick for
He's 21.
He's 21. Good point. I mean, he's 21 years old. Yeah.
21, and the Boston goalie situation is so messed up. He's going to get another opportunity.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Like you talk about the Bruins. Rask hasn't been that hot lately, but Rask isn't getting the defensive support that he's normally.
No, not at all.
No. So, 2 very different teams.
We got a similar problem right now.
I'm not going to make a pick because I'm a pussy. But here's what I think. I do believe in Boston. I do believe if the right fire is lit under their ass or they're motivated the right way, I do believe that they're as good as any team in the league and can make a real run for the cup. I do believe that, even as the team is now. The losses of Johnny Boychuk has been huge. The horrible trade and this idea to go with a new sort of attitude has been damaging. But I do still believe in this hockey team, and if they want to get things going,
going to get in. I think Boston's going to get in.
I tend to think they're going to get in, but I think it's going to be a very embarrassing playoff elimination. And also the end of the dominant Boston Bruins we're basically used to the last 5 years. That's the way I'm seeing it. The end of their story it's here. It's over. It's over. But I do believe they're a dangerous team. If things are flying on all cylinders, I still see them as these big monstrosities that are just scary to come to your town. So, and I do wish them the best.
They don't have that big goal scorer though. They don't have it.
He plays with Jamie Benn, but he's hurt right now.
He does.
Yeah, that's where their big goal scorer is. Cronin called that. Cronin absolutely called that. It's like, I don't know. They get rid of Sagan because he doesn't fit into the system, and I assume that means they're tight defensive.
Which doesn't make sense because he'd be perfect
right now.
Yeah,
and he won with them. He went to 2 cups with them. I mean, it never. Wait a minute, did he get traded after? No, they traded him after they lost in 2013. So, yeah, it'll definitely go down as maybe.
If you have a guy who can shoot the puck like Sagan, he can fit into any system you want to run.
Yeah, but I think as Deb pointed out, his off the field, off the ice shenanigans, I think maybe tipped the balance. I think they were a little worried about him embarrassing the Bruins, being so young, being signal.
That's why you have a guy in the locker room to talk to him.
Yeah, like Marchand, who I heard is as nutty as he is. Yeah, I also want to point something out. Our long-standing war with Puck Daddy will probably never end, even though I don't talk about him as much this year as I did in the past. I want to kind of speak out, and big shout out to Deb in Dallas for pointing this out. Malcolm Subban was reported on Puck Daddy to have given up 3 goals on 3 shots, which is correct. He did give 3 straight up. That was not the headline in Puck Daddy. I probably should have posted this too. That was not the headline in Puck Daddy. It didn't say 3 straight. He said gave 3 goals on 3. So it sounds like he had 3 shots on goal and he let 100% of them in. That's not true. You can look at the stats right here. It was 3 on 6, and as Jeff said, he was pulled in the second period. This is a really rough thing for a 21-year-old kid, much less a goalie, which is very much a psychological position. I mean, you're born with the skills, and can you handle the heat? I mean, let's face it. You have to win the DNA lottery, and you got to be able to handle unbelievable.
Which I did
pressure.
not.
Yeah, what's that? No,
I did not win.
You didn't win the DNA lottery. So Deb pointed this out to me on Twitter. Now, Greg Wyshynski has long blocked me. I haven't heard from him in well over a year. So we started talking about it, and I said, look, this is my thing with these guys. It's a character issue. To say that he lost 3 on 3 is definitely, it's technically true, but it's a headline grabber, a deliberate headline grabber, because 3 and 6 doesn't sound all that great. And I guess Wyshynski heard us chatting, and you can see the tweet in the bottom. He sent it to me and Deb. He was picked. He was pulled after he gave up 3 straight goals or 3 straight shots. That's not what you wrote in the headline. It didn't say 3 straight.
Right.
It said 3 out of 6. Now, maybe, yeah, all right, Tommy, come on, it's sports, it's what have you. And that's basically why he gets away with it. This guy lectures people on journalism ethics. And this was a typical headline. I don't know if Yahoo's Puck Daddy's hits are down. It's totally unnecessary. I mean, what is he? I mean, he's not us, begging for attention. It's Puck Daddy. And I just want it on the record. And I want a big shout out to Deb for pointing that out, because at the very least, it's kind of rotten to Malcolm to not put a proper picture in there and give a misleading one, and to sit there when you get called out, it goes, no, it was 3 straight. Oh, come on, man. Gee, I mean, give me a break. By the way, your opinion, didn't see the game. Were those goals his fault? All 3 of them.
The first one definitely.
Yeah, okay.
The goal was scored by Petteri Lindbom. It was actually his first career goal. Takes a shot. Subban tries to stab at it, and it hits his glove. It goes in the back of the net.
Okay.
And that's actually how the Bruins scored their 1 goal too.
Okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
What about the other 2?
The Oshie goal. Oshie takes a slap shot from the right hash mark by the boards.
Okay.
And goes top left on him. And I don't think Subban even saw it till it was pretty much by him.
Okay, so he went up against a world-class slap shot, a world-class player, let one throw. And the last one?
I'm trying to remember who scored the second goal.
Okay.
Let's see. I know Tarasenko had a couple.
Can you picture the goal in your head? I mean, just like was you? But you.
If I know who scored it.
Yeah, that's all right. But
I'll look it up.
But you're going 2 out of. You're going 1 out of 3. It was a bad goal.
Yes. Oh yeah. The first one was terrible.
The first one was awful. Okay. It's like, why do we got to pile on the fucking kid? I mean, give him a break. I mean, it's weird because Puck Daddy's been very pro Subban family, and I don't like it. It smells of desperation. Desperation I didn't think they had over there. I thought I always assumed that this is. I mean, I don't know their hits. That is well read, and it's like Jason Johnson or Jimmy Johnson said to me, the guy's a fucking clown, and I just wanted to point that out. And it's just not true. And we have no journalism ethics here. We have no, we're not reporters. And I think that's just important to point out, give the kid a break. and I hope the Boston fans are a little less nervous about it going down the pike. All right, I got something going on. I had this, and then I'm going to take your calls, and we're going to get into Jeff's news. I had this situation. I contrary to like, I love trolls, and I love when people leave me dirty message for the most part, unless they're like attacking my freaking wife. I mean, that's a little annoying, but I just delete them. Nothing really gets to me because I'm a sociopath. And I had this guy, and I took my best guess. Should I say his name? No, it's not important.
No.
All right.
That's probably what he wants. That's probably what he wants.
You hardcore fans could figure this.
He knows who he is.
Yeah, he knows who he is. And it's just fine. So, well, anyway, I did a solo show. I think it was on a Monday about the slash from Alexander Ovechkin on Chris Letang. I mentioned in the video that I thought he was definitely trying to play the puck, but I thought he should be suspended, even though I knew he wouldn't be because he's Alex Ovechkin.
Because he's Ovechkin. Right?
Yeah. I thought he might, because it really doesn't matter whether you're going for the puck or not, in my opinion. That makes no difference to me. It's a dangerous play, and it should be punished. Thank God.
You're in control of your stick.
Yeah, you're responsible for your stick, and I don't think for a minute that Ovechkin would ever do that on purpose. I've never seen that kind of behavior from him. Seen some diving, seen some questionable plays, and maybe sportsmanship. But I mean, all these good for the game. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So this guy sends me. He says, "You're an idiot. Unsub." So I assume because I was really hammering the Penguins in this show. It was a solo show on In the Crease, Tommy C. 4:30 Monday through Friday. 4:30 Eastern Monday through Friday.
Yeah, your Penguins just beat the Blues last night, bud. So
no, I didn't catch that. I only watched the LA game last night. I gotta be honest with you. We'll get into that, I'm sure. And he just wrote me. He goes, "You're an idiot." Unsub. And I was like, oh God.
Did he use the correct form of your?
I didn't check that. But I can't be giving anybody grammar lessons, Jeff. You know that. You know that.
You could have sent it to me, and I could have definitely.
But I just no. It's not the unsub. So the first, I don't look at things like I don't look at that and get angry. I just see something like that, and I say to myself, how do I get this guy on the show?
I know it's just a nice, easy way to go back at somebody.
I will start sending you on my trolls if I deem necessary. But I'm thinking like, all right, this guy's a typical elitist jerk off. And I want him on the show. I want him to come on and make a jackass himself. But I did misjudge him too. He's smarter than I thought he was, but he's not terribly smart for writing me this fucking letter.
Right.
He's not. So I wrote him something like that. I forget exactly what I wrote him. I didn't even print it here. I think I said something. Well, we resub when Pittsburgh blows in the playoffs, thinking that all the inflammatory things I said about Pittsburgh. And then he writes me back, and I was like, this is gold. I already know what's going to happen, for the playoffs. And I'm like, oh, God, this guy has to be gold. I got to, kind of goat him into coming on. So I said, do you have the balls to come on, that whole thing? And then he's like, I told you Pittsburgh will blow it. And then I called him pussy. Just anything to get this guy on because he's super funny. He writes on another one of my videos that the reason he was ticked off is because I called Ovi a coward. I didn't call Ovi a coward. What I said was after he slashed Letang, that he was challenged and he skated away cowardly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. And I do think that's cowardly. I do. I think when you slash somebody like that, even Chris Letang.
Yeah, you got to stay in there.
I just do. Anyway. That's my way to do it. But you know what? In fairness to Ovi, he didn't bite. That's not his job to be the enforcer in the team. And it ended up working in their advantage. It was the right call because they won. Because Pittsburgh never ever recovered from that slash. And this is the second time they've had Letang injured.
Yeah, it's the second time that's happened. And
they can't. If they get up, if Pittsburgh gets ended, they're not in the game. So that's what I find out was really bad. But you got to understand, my goal here is to get this dope on the air. That's it. That's my only thing. Because I like to yell at people because I'm a sociopath. And he writes me this. So I called him. But I think the last thing I said to him was he doesn't have any balls or something like that. He says, "What? You're so professional? I simply explained my comment that you misunderstood. I would call in, but for what?" I don't think he put the "but" in there, but for you to take an egotistical approach to a simple conversation. Hey, douchebag, all right? You don't start the fucking conversation and call me an idiot, because you started it, I didn't. And then take the fucking high road about me being egotistical. First of all, I'm only trying to get you on because you're stupid. And believe me, you're stupid. And you don't have the balls to come on. Let's face it. You're just smart enough to know that I'm going to fucking own you. And second of all, you're so professional. We're fucking amateurs. We're on YouTube, idiot. What are you fucking kidding me? Look
We're
at
on
this.
YouTube. We got 9 people watching.
We got 9 people watching. You fucking. I'm in my fucking living room. Look at these are thumbtacks in my jersey. We're not professional. You fucking moron. What are you, nuts? Professional? Professional? We're on YouTube. Look at me. Look, the reason the reason 9 people are in this room right now is because real reporters, not us, have the same fucking opinion. You could basically read the same thing from St. Louis to San Francisco, all the way down to Miami, back up to New York City, and Bangor, fucking Maine. The reason people go to YouTube is because I don't owe anybody, I don't work for anybody, and I can pretty much say what I want. And I think what Wolby did was cowardly. I think he fought. I think he should have fought. You do something like that, you should have fought. And you know what? He did slash Letang. He hit him in the skate. So you're just simply in denial. And here's another thing that people like. That's why I got at least 9 people in here now. Here's what other people like. I don't give a shit if I hurt your... I don't care if it's Pittsburgh or the New York Rangers or the Devils. I'm just going to call it like I see it. That's it. I might be wrong, but they're going to get an honest opinion. They're not going to get one of these opinions like we go over a team and we say, well, I got strong opinions. Who's going to win? I'm sorry, I'm not going to make that call. I'll tell you who's going to win. That's why people listen. They're sick and fucking tired of ESPN. They're sick and tired of these professional douchebags.
You're trying to find hockey on ESPN. You're on the wrong channel.
Well, you see, I left 10 years ago, but now I'm in charge.
I know. I had to get that shot in there. It was too easy.
All I disagreed with you is the stance on the Ovechkin slash. Like I'm being, now he's typical asshole. I'm going to make a fucking rude ass comment. And now I'm going to I'm a victim. Now you're mean to me. You are a pussy. I thought calling him a coward was unreasonable. Fair enough. Maybe it was unreasonable. He obviously made the right decision. It's about winning. Fair enough. But that's not what he said. You called me an idiot, which made me know that you're an idiot. So I tried to get you on. You're slightly smarter than a stupid troll. All right. What else do we got? I thought calling a coward, blah, blah, blah. I'm losing my spot because I like to yell. This gets
Your
better.
Philadelphia Flyers are now 3 points back of a playoff spot.
They just won?
2 points back.
Oh, nice. Well, I don't want the Flyers. I don't want to play the Flyers in the first round because they're a rival. I thought calling the coward was unreasonable. If you overreact, like everyone that disagrees with you, and leave a shrewd comment on your video, you'll lose any credibility and never be successful, as I would hope someone likes you would be to become. And I got to be honest with you, the grammar's that bad. So I did read that word for word. All right. Again, I'm not trying to impress anybody. Second of all, you have no right to bust my fucking balls about decorum when you're the one that started the rude decorum. And here's where I'm going to finish it. Fuck you! Jesus Christ, what a phony you are. When's the last time you got laid? Really? Jesus Christmas. And, let's see. Oh, here we go. It goes, I really like the idea of using YouTube to get your skills out on the radio. I'll continue to watch your videos because I thought you unsubbed. And I want you to unsub. Because I really like to see small people turn into big things. Now he's trying to fucking give me a pep talk. Let me, asshole. I'm a fucking war veteran, and I'm damn near 40 years old. I don't need your fucking lame-ass, pussy-ass fucking pep talk. I'm a grown-ass man. I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Let's see. I'll continue to watch your videos. Well, that's nice of you. Make sure you put the fucking ad blocker on. I don't want any money from you. Don't anybody else do that.
Really?
I'm too mature to get to call because I attacked like I know you will do. Of course I'll attack you. Look at the type of show we're running here. We're attacking people. It's called entertainment. Entertainment. It's sports entertainment. Except Jeff would kick my ass in a real fight because he's ripped up. And
Hey, and he doesn't. I don't drink. I let other people drink and destroy their body while I become a real
My stuff didn't
warrior.
come in the mail yesterday. Now I'm angry.
what you can get
I was supposed to get my stuff yesterday.
what your
and it didn't
PEDs?
No, my amazing energy stuff.
I think it would be cool to call in about any subject and revisit the specific Oli Latang slash. But I'll put my POV. I'll call in, dude. Don't be such a fucking pussy. But calling me a coward and asking me to call Skype is unattractive. Is this a woman? I mean, really? All right, Bone Diggity 12. That's who it is. Bone Diggity 12. I want to find. It's unattractive. Look. Why did you listen to me?
I had to bite my tongue there for a second. I was about to bust out laughing when I heard that name.
Oh, Bone Diggity. I'll give you the Bone Diggity. Look, it's locker room talk here. If you haven't figured out, who could listen to me for 3 seconds and take me fucking seriously enough, even seriously enough to get angry at this point? If I were to call in to learn about me, I don't want to learn about you. I don't give a fuck. As a general hockey fan, I have a favorite team, but I have a favorite team, but I am least the biased person. I'm biased. I'm a New York Ranger fan. That's what I'm talking about. Be honest. I have a slant. I have an agenda. So does Puck Daddy. So does Deadspin. So does all those guys. They're just going to tell you they don't. F you. Jeff, what's in the news?
All right, well, today is the 35-year anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
Today.
Yes.
That means, my brother was, my brother was 2 days old. Yeah.
Really?
I don't remember it, unfortunately, but I remember my brother being born. My parents weren't hockey fans. But I was technically old enough to watch it, but my dad wasn't a hockey fan. So when I curse my father every day because I missed it. I was 3.5. I know, I probably couldn't remember. I remember my brother was born, so why couldn't I fucking remember? I remember going to hospital. It's still pretty gray. I'll be honest with you.
That was a great moment. It, brought the country, everybody in the country was like together in that one day.
Listen to this. But the way you act towards your viewers, fuck your news. Hold on a second. The way you act towards your news, are you acting right now, isn't professional and is detrimental to you. It's a fucking hobby.
Heel Tommy.
It's a fucking hobby. I'm in my living room. Are you people insane? Is everybody your age this fucking lame, Jeff?
There's a strong chance of that. There's a strong chance of that.
Is everybody like when they get attacked, they go like, you know what I'll do? I'll out-sensitive you. I mean, really, what happened?
I think it's more people that are younger than me. I'd say about 4 or 5 years.
Oh, God. I bet he's 25 at least. Oh, Jesus. He at one point, he was like, I thought your calling was real. You'll lose any credibility. I have no credibility. Fucking 800 subs. I'm a dope. But I'm smarter than you. A lot smarter than you. So whatever esteem you hold me in. Tank. There's another fucking great line in here. It says something like the effect like, look, both me and you love hockey. You don't know that. Well, I could just be here because I need attention. All right, what else is in the news?
No, I was saying about the 35-year anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
No, I was just saying, everybody in the country was, watching their TVs during that Olympics.
I got a tip for you. Yes and no. Yes, and there's a lot of people don't know.
You'd know better than me because you were.
Well, my father told me about it.
You had a heartbeat during that time.
The Russian. That's true. You weren't a glint. Your dad was probably in high school. If he even was in high school, actually, come to think of it.
He was out for a few years.
He was out. So he was in his early 20s. Yeah, he weren't a glint.
Yeah.
The Russian game was not played live, and the reason for it is everybody thought it was going to be a complete smash. And my father remembers, like you could tell something happened. We were not going to play this game, but we now bring to you the USA versus the Soviet Union. And you could tell the excitement in the guy's voice, so you knew something happened. So if you caught it right away, if you caught it like you knew, like, oh my God, they beat them. This is impossible. They didn't even air it when they played Team USA at Madison Square Garden. in that Olympic. I think the score was like 15-0, somewhere in that ridiculous ballpark. One of those guys had a decent NHL career. I think it was Neil Brodin. Jim Craig, who was amazing. Who
I believe Mike Ramsey.
Mike Ramsey played for a few years, but I mean,
played a couple years.
Yeah, I mean, Brodin would actually win the Stanley Cup of the Devils 15 years later.
I don't believe Eruzione ever played another game.
No, but Eruzione knew he could. Eruzione knew he wasn't NHL material. He just was one of those guys. He's probably a lot like you, the way I envision you. He did everything he could to stay on the team, and he understood the game really well, but he didn't have the natural gifts. So that's what happened. They was not played live. The game that got the ratings was USA-Finland, because that's the game. And that's another dirty secret. They did not win the gold medal when they beat Russia. Did you know that, Jeff?
Obviously, yes.
Okay. Well, you're a hockey fan. Some people don't know that. They won the gold medal when they beat Finland, and they were actually dropped the fucking lead in that one, too. They had to come back as well. The legendary story is, I guess they were down by a goal going into the third period, and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were down every game in that tournament.
Yeah. And then Herb Brooks came in there, former Ranger coach, former Devil coach. Herb Brooks, I think he even coached the North Stars for a little while. He came in there and just kicked down the board. He goes, "You lose this fucking game, you're going to regret it the rest of your fucking life." And then he kicked something, and then he slammed the door, and then he kicked the door back open. He goes, "Your fucking life!" And he closed the door. And they won the gold medal. Maybe the greatest in my lifetime for sure. But it may have been the greatest underdog story ever. And I don't think that's an exaggeration. Those guys were professional.
I don't think anything comes close.
No, if you understand hockey, if you understand who those Russians were, if you understand that there was guys in that team that were over 30, these were trained hockey players, these were guys that were destroying NHL All-Star games. If you look at the NHL careers of the guys that were on Team USA, and none of them were really Hall of Famers. And I think Sergei Fetisov was on that team, like one of the greatest defensemen that ever lived, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right.
I think if you look at that, I mean, it's mind fucking boggling. It was the greatest comeback in all time. Actually, I know a lot about this, and I don't want to talk about it because I talked about it a lot last year during the Olympics. Wayne Gretzky wrote in his book, "I felt great for everybody in the USA Olympic team except for Jim Craig." He hated Jim Craig. You know that, Wayne Gretzky? He thought that Jim Craig.
I did not know that.
Check his book out. Came out in '89 or '90. He said he was a big douchebag. And Craig didn't do well in the NHL. What else you got? Let's get... you know what? 718-395-7660. 718-395-7660. Call during Jeff's news. Especially if you're that douchebag. I'm interested in seeing you. By the way, at least on my side, because I'm usually a minute behind, it looks like Boston and Chicago just kicked it off over here.
Yeah, they're a minute in.
Okay. All right. What do you got? What else you got? Let's go through this.
Let's see here. We were talking about Devin Dubnyk last week. Yes. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago. How since he's came back, the Wild have been, they won like 4 in a row or something. He just got his 6th shutout.
Oh man,
since he's been back.
I got to be honest with you. I think the greatest regret I'll have when the season is over is the possibility that I didn't do enough stories on Devin Dubnyk. And its close second would be I probably should have covered the Preds a little better. But this is really a hell of a story.
They're actually only 1 point out of a playoff spot now.
They were out. I mean, the coach is flipping out. They're talking about the coach leaving, Mike Yeo leaving, just that being it for him. Game, set, match. They get this kid Dubnyk, which was really their biggest problem because they had, Brikskaloff back there or some other no-name.
They had Josh Harding with the, what's he have? What is it? I forget what he has.
Yeah. But, it seems like
goaltending was a big problem for them.
Yeah, it always been a big problem with them, and all of a sudden gets solved. Roy from Florida, you're on the air.
What's going on, Jeff?
Looks like the game's on right now. I'm watching the Bruins.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. I'm listening to you and watching it.
Well, so, are you feeling better? Are you still think the Bruins aren't going to make the playoffs?
Oh, no, yeah, they're done.
They're done.
But that Panthers loss last night was exciting.
He's such a lousy Bruins fan. He's at the point where he's just rooting against the Panthers.
That Blues shootout win against the Panthers was exciting.
Dude, the Ottawa Senators, man, were on fire.
Yeah. Well, look, he's rooting for all the bottom teams. Well, good luck, Roy.
Oh, Bergeron.
Bergeron scored?
Bergeron!
All right. You enjoy the game.
I'm talking about score!
Thanks. That was good timing.
Yeah.
Catching fan passion.
Oh, nice move.
I mean, look, hey, douchebag, Bone Diggity. What sports talk radio station would allow him to yell score over again? Nobody. 718-395-7660. 718-395-660. Interrupt Jeff's hard work that he put together all week.
It's okay.
For the rest of the show. What do you got?
All right, Evander Kane, he said that he sees the McDavid sweepstakes going in the right direction.
Who said that? Say it again. I just spaced out for a second.
Evander Kane.
The Evander sweepstakes go in the right.
He didn't actually say the McDavid.
Because they
He
got.
actually- That's what we're calling the Sabres from now on. The McDavid sweepstakes.
I didn't. I wasn't too sharp. I'm thinking about Bone Diggity, giving him a bone in his mouth.
Well, he says they're going in the right direction. I mean, it can't get much worse.
Unless they don't draft McDavid and Toronto ends up getting him, then it's not the right direction at all. And that means he's like a situation like he is. I just saw the Bergeron goal. That means he's in a situation like he is in Winnipeg, where he's like the number one star. He's the name player, which was the problem, and he didn't react to veterans like Dustin Byfuglien trying to rein him in. By the way, Dustin Byfuglien's been doing a lot of goofy stuff since Kane. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I got something with Byfuglien.
Okay, save it then. You don't have to stick to it. Just do your news. Go ahead. What else you got?
Okay, well, also there was Jerome McGinley is also thinking that the Avalanche are going in the right direction.
I don't think.
I don't get how that's possible, since they had some pretty good expectations coming into this year, and they're 12th in the West.
I think that is spoken from a man that doesn't quit, and that's why it sounds so bizarre. You know what I mean? They're not making the playoffs. There's something terribly wrong over there, and I don't know.
So far
what it is.
in the West, your teams that are pretty much out of it are I'd say Dallas is out of it.
I thought
Dallas, Colorado, Arizona, and Edmonton.
It's not. It is, and it's a damn shame that I wish they'd trade Iginla to a Cup team, because he's, as a lot of people know, maybe he's like one of my favorite players ever.
No, I love Jerome McGinley too.
He's everything I would ever want to be in a hockey player, with the possible exception of Mark Messier. But I got to be honest with you, no, it's Jerome. I'd want to be taller though. That's about it. I want to be taller than Jerome. I want to be my height with Jerome's heart and skills and looks and money.
Right. Keep going.
What else you got, Jeff?
It seems like every time we do a show, or you do a show, if there's a show going on, it seems like the Sharks just are going down.
They're really going south, man.
Standings.
They're really, really, really going south.
There's a three-way tie for 7th in the West between the Kings, Calgary, and San Jose, and Minnesota's 1 point behind them.
What happened to them? I mean, it's not like we expect.
I don't know.
It's funny, like they started the season off strong, and they showed like they had this like we're not giving up thing. We lost. We dropped 4 straight to LA.
I believe I had them missing the playoffs anyway.
Yeah, but now everything seems to be kind of happening that we expected to like happen in the middle of the middle of the season. That's a little bizarre. Graham in Atlanta, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
You tell me. You tell me. What's on your mind?
All right, it's question time.
Question time.
Yeah.
Shop at the Point Live. I still didn't do a song yet, but I'm working
It's
on it.
all right. It's all right. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But okay. Checking. I understand what checking is.
Okay.
The up against the wall, hitting them hard. Okay. Why is it that you can check a player that has the puck, but you can't protect one of your teammates doing the same thing against somebody who doesn't?
So all right, I think. By the way, this segment is called Tommy C helps the minority community understand hockey. And I'm a humanitarian, and I help Graham. And actually, to be honest with you, Graham is kind of becoming a hockey player, and his wife became a big Evander Kane fan. Too much to his chagrin. All right. Here. Let's see. All right. You have to have the puck to throw a body check, and you have to preferably in the chest on the shoulders.
You have to hit with your hips or your shoulder.
Hips or shoulder, nothing else.
Can't raise your arms up.
Well, the thing is, you look at it as football interference. You can't hit the guy. You can't just. Well, you can. You really. Do you know how to answer this better than I do, Jeff?
I'm trying to think. You can't hit a guy without the puck.
It's the bottom line. You cannot hit the
guy.
guy
has to have the puck to be hit.
Guy has to have the puck to hit him. You may see stuff go behind the play. Sometimes refs like hockey's a game that it flow's important, so refs will let shit slide. They'll even let punches slide. You know, it's just you can't really lay into somebody if they don't have the puck. And I got to be honest with you, I think Jeff could back me up on this. It's not always wise to lay a guy out. Sometimes it's better off just to bump him off the puck. Sometimes it's better not to take.
You don't have to throw him in the 15th row.
You don't have to, because like I've seen like really brilliant. I'll never forget this. Like I forget what game. I think it was the Islanders, and I think it was an Islander game years ago, and Darius Kasparaitis had through this brilliant hip check, right? But he took the guy out, but the guy coughed up the puck, and both of them were away from it, which allowed the player that was trailing behind them just to walk in on the goalie. So yeah, it was a beautiful hit, but it wasn't necessary, and it took you out of the it took the player out of the play. So it's just you have to have the puck. That's the bottom line. That's the answer to your question. And
now, if let's just say a player is going to hit my teammate, a player's going to check my teammate.
Oh,
I can't protect my teammate from him.
No, absolutely not. If he
You'll
comes up with the puck after the hit, you can lay him right the fuck out with less than 3 strides. Yeah, but you cannot check a defensive player. You can't do that. Absolutely not. Because it would be just be yeah. What do you want? Mutant League hockey out there for the Sega Genesis? No. Is that what you're looking for?
Or NHL 15, you're playing against the computer.
He wants NHL hits.
That game was phenomenal.
That game was great. I really should load it up here. Get a ROM. Oops, that's illegal. Anything else, Graham?
No, that's it for questions for today. I'll save it for the next shot from the point.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And thank me for helping out. They say hockey's just for a bunch of stupid, drunken white guys. I don't know why they'd say that. Well, you're not drunk. You don't drink. What the fuck? But no, we bring it. And I got to be honest with you, and I said this years ago, you probably think I'm being a condescending prick. I will teach this game to anybody. I will. I think that's important. You agree with me, Jeff? I'm going to help people. Yeah. And I know I'm being kind of a prick and it's kind of a bit, but no, you call me up with your stupid questions. I am not Bone Diggity.
We will gladly answer it.
Yeah, I'll answer it. It's a stupid question. I'll answer it. I might goof on you a little, but I mean, not in a way like Bone Diggity, the professional hockey commenter, Bone Diggity. We're not going to see eye to eye about every subject, but if I were to call in and get an attack instead of a simple conversation, you call me an idiot, douchebag. What else you got, Jeff?
The Bruins, Boston Bruins defenseman Dennis Seidenberg is reportedly wait. It's Seidenberg. Sorry,
I'm in Germany. I can help you with this.
I do it every time.
Seidenberg.
No, he's reportedly he would waive his no trade clause.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that he's an important part of that team?
I mean, obviously. I mean, who else do they have?
I mean, really. I mean, he's been on the power play with Chara. I don't. I'd love to have him. He's a little older, but he's a rugged, tough defenseman. And it's really like...
See, that's what the Blues need a guy that
like him.
Could hit back there.
Then you'll have all the Germans on your team. You'll have Marcel Gock and...
Marcel Gotch.
And then you'll have Gotch.
Who I'm loving, by the way.
What's that?
I'm loving Marcel Gotch.
Yeah, good, strong fourth-line guy.
You got
He's
Reeves
never going to score you a ton of goals, but... I'd say
he's there to obviously he's centering Reeves and Ott, and I love how much I love Ryan Reeves.
I know I love Reeves and Ott too. I love Ott. I'm one of the few guys that like. Nobody likes Ott.
Cronin can't stand Steve Ott.
You don't like Steve Ott?
No,
you know what it is. You know what it is.
You
have. I hate Sean Avery, right? Until he came to the Rangers, right? But I still didn't like Sean Avery with the Rangers, but I did like what he did for me. But I never got over not liking him. You know?
You hate him if he's on the other team.
Yeah, I like Ott. He's my type of player.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And having Gotch on that fourth line, you got Reeves and Ott who go in and just lay out everything in sight, and then Gotch is the smart defensive
Smart. He's
centerman.
smart defense. He also can he can set up plays too. I mean, he actually makes plays too. I don't know how much those two douchebags can do with a good pass, but hey,
You
that might
figure,
work out.
with LaPierre going to the Penguins, they would get some an actual.
Sure.
They might get some use of the unused cups that they have there. But obviously, as we saw when Ovechkin / Letang, that's not true.
What's your next story, brother?
What do we want to go with here? Okay, TJ Oshie, he said on the radio. I don't know if it was on the radio, but he said that the Blues aren't playing playoff hockey right now, and it's true.
Wow.
They're not.
Is he a captain or an assistant captain even on the team?
He's an assistant.
Okay.
He's an assistant.
You think that's okay to call your players out on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
Absolutely. They're not. They're not whatsoever. And who was
I'm
it
a
in the
keep it in
chat
the
here?
family type of guy. I don't trust the media. But you know what that tells me? He knows the guys in the Blues locker room read every fucking thing like I do. I think these players read a lot of shit. I think they. I don't.
Oh, I think they do too.
How
How can you not with all the social media now?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're
People
not.
are like you wake up in the morning, like, what's in my email? Fuck you, you suck. Yeah, I read everything, even Bone Diggity. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I read every fucking comment. The shit I didn't comment on, that when somebody sent me something horrible, I probably wanted to, but I was using better judgment. Because I do. If my name pops up on anything. Speaking of, our Zamis Giggensongs video. I hope I said that right. Fucking laugh at you.
You're leading vote getter for the All-Star game,
Yeah.
which proves why you should never give people the power to vote for these things.
No, never. I will say this though, I don't have a problem with it because I think it's cool that Lafayette, the system's fucked. Let's fuck with it. I'm kind of a
The whole country gets behind him.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. And he seemed embarrassed about the whole thing.
Oh yeah, because he knew he shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, but I tell you something. I do like the way that kid plays though, and he wouldn't hurt any team he's on. He has a lot of heart. Plays on a horrible team, and I thought he was.
No, I don't know what his stats are now, but he was having a relatively decent year.
He's having on a horrible team. So what does that mean on a good team? Where somebody can actually get him the puck. So I do think this guy could be potentially a star. Well, anyway, this Lafayette site, I'll try to put the link in later. I can't put it in now, but maybe if you're watching this on delay, you can check on the thing. Some Lafayette site, 22,000 hits, and they used me and Dave's thing, where we made fun of.
As you dropping an F-bomb.
You know
every other
what?
word.
I'm actually starting to get embarrassed on how many F-bombs I drop. I'm going to try to only drop F-bombs when I'm angry and when I'm having a normal hockey conversation to try to sound reasonably intelligent. Let's see how long that
sounds like no change.
No, because that was like I don't know why everybody got the impression that we were making fun of Zamis Giggensongs. I don't understand that. We were making fun of
you can't say his name.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even have a problem. They were people write stupid American stuff like that in the chat or the comments. All right, fine. I mean, anybody knows where Laffy is anyway.
My favorite part of that though is when they titled what the name of the show was. They put the crease.
Oh, I didn't notice. You noticed it, but I didn't notice it.
Didn't say in the crease. It said the crease.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you.
Me. That was me, and I didn't notice it till I just wrote the twice. I
should have said it was them. It would have been funnier.
I encoded it would have been better if I encoded that video, and I think I got a phone call, and then I finished the crease, and I already started and I just one of those things where I wasn't paying attention. And the funny thing is, I've probably watched that video 1,000 times. Not one person noticed it and called me a moron. They said it was a moron because I couldn't say Zamis Giggensongs. Writing the twice is kind of stupid. That's legitimate criticism.
It happens.
Even Bone Diggity would be right on that. Bone Diggity. What a douche. You go out and name my name's Bone Diggity, and I get personal and sensitive when it comes to topics as serious as Alex Ovechkin, and I'm not biased. Who gives a fuck? You're obviously biased, you stupid. You're obviously biased. I can't say bad things about your stupid player. I can say everything I want about your dumb player.
There is this fancy thing in America that we have called freedom of speech.
So far.
So right now.
Ovi's a diving douche, but he's a really good hockey player, and I wouldn't mind having him on my team. That's the truth. I wasn't even that mean to him, and we kind of stuck up for him a little bit when he told Ryan Getzlaf to grow hair. He's a jealous. I have a hair. He don't have a hair. I like Goalie. I don't dislike Goalie. Oh, here's another thing. What do you think about? You're such a big old Ovechkin fan. Why don't you forget this? Called him a coward. Maybe he is. Well, what do you think about this ridiculous support for this dictator Vladimir Putin in Russia and this war that he's starting, and how Ovechkin gets on his hands and knees and sucks Putin's cake? Why don't you defend that? We'll have a serious debate, and I'll tell you about all the atrocities that are going on in Crimea. You can defend that, you douche. Bone diggity. I'll give you a bone diggity. I'll get a big bone diggity in your butt. Bone diggity! See what you think of that.
Man.
All right,
Okay.
what else you got?
All right, Maple Leafs defenseman Morgan Riley. He was asked a pretty interesting question on Friday. He was asked, what's the emotional toll for playing on this team? You know, the franchise is a... Let me reword this. I'm getting mixed
It's
up
okay,
here.
but I know where you're going with it. Go ahead.
Right. He was asked, though, how big has the emotional toll been, you know, playing for the sinking franchise, that being the Toronto Maple Leafs? And the 20-year-old replied, kind of like how I probably would. He said, you just worry about doing a job. That's what you're here to do.
Yeah. Wow, what a great response. That's all you could do. I heard Luongo say that early in the season. What do you think about going playing in Florida? I got to show up and stop pucks. Bang. Bang. Maybe that's a new way to answer these guys. One sentence. They asked his son Dean, what do you think about what Jamie Benn said? Says more about him than it does us. Bang. Bang. Just hit him with one sentence. The more you talk, the more they're going to pick you apart. There's nothing to say to that.
They're going to find any crack that they see, they're going to go after it.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't talk. Bang. If you have to answer the question because it's part of your job.
Everybody's going to be pulling a Marshawn Lynch. That's what it's going to be.
What's a Marshawn Lynch? Refresh my memory.
You know Marshawn Lynch, running back, Seattle Seahawks?
What did he? Oh, is that the guy who cut the promo last year on the?
No, that's Richard Sherman.
Oh, yeah.
That's Richard Sherman. Marshawn Lynch is the guy who this year, because he never talks to the media, and NFL players are required to.
Yeah.
Especially during the Super Bowl week.
He takes the fine.
What?
Does he take the fine? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm getting to the fining part, actually.
Okay.
He shows up to the interview, and, the entire time he was there, I forget how long he had to be there, a reporter asked him a question. He replied every time, and it happened 30-some-odd times. This was his reply every time. I'm just here so I won't get fined. That was his reply to every single question.
Eddie Murray used to do that. He played for the Baltimore Orioles, a few other teams. He was like that because they lied about him once, and that was it. He took it out on everybody. Here's the thing. I got a different view on that. I don't think the players owe the media shit. They don't owe me shit, and I don't really think they should have to talk to them. I know they do because they have to promote the game. But I love how these fucking hero journalists get all high and mighty when these guys don't talk to them. The public has the right to know. No, they don't. Where? Where in the Constitution? What law are you speaking of that the public has the right to know how he fucking eats his breakfast cereal in the morning?
You have the freedom of the press, but...
Yeah, you have the freedom not to talk to that. Read that stupid fucking question they named that kid from Toronto. Read that to me again. Read that question again.
The question was, they didn't have it in quotes here, the question that was asked.
Okay.
But he was asked about the emotional toll playing for this sinking franchise.
Okay, all right, let's look at that question. The emotional toll for that is obviously a charged question. It's obviously a charged question.
Basically, how does it feel knowing that you're playing for this sinking franchise?
Yeah, exactly. The sinking franchise is the key. They want an outrageous reaction. They want an outrageous reaction to the word sinking franchise, so he gets angry. Because in the athlete's mind, in a lot of cases, they didn't give up. Even though it seems ridiculous for Toronto, there's some of those guys in the team, I like to know who they are, and they probably should stay, that don't, because athletes don't look at the world like you. They look about winning. They're professionals. They're paid for it. They're supposed to win. So that's a stupid fucking question designed to piss somebody off. But that's how you do it, boys. I stick up for the players. I can't stand the media. I started this because I hate the fucking media. What else you got, Jeff?
Sorry, I was replying to somebody in the chat there.
Oh, sorry.
You saw that collision in Ottawa, right?
Yes, it did.
MacArthur
Really
and Leonard.
scary. I'm surprised they got up.
They both have concussions.
Yeah, they're both out. What's those gentlemen's name?
Clark MacArthur and Robert Leonard.
Yeah, Mark McCarr and Robert Leonard. Yeah, that was really spooky stuff. I think it happened on
I
Wednesday.
didn't see it.
It was awful. It was like because it was one of those things when the Leonard, I think the goalie was laying on his back and he was looking straight up and his neck wasn't moving left and right. But I think he was just scared because obviously he got up. I don't think he ended up going. So, but they were bringing the stretchers out, and it was one of those things because I've seen this before when guys get paralyzed, at least on video, and they look straight up and they talk and they're like, I can't feel anything, and that's what it looked like to me. So I was like so relieved that it was just a concussion at the end of the day. Yep. Scary stuff. Hockey's dangerous. Ridiculous.
It's where we keep our heads up.
Who said this? This is a constant din of negativity. Yep. Who said that? Tim Walker. Maybe they're captain. This is a constant din of negativity. Oh no, maybe somebody. Oh.
Okay, we can
really,
go to something positive.
Anti-Leaf energy is strong, but before the collapse of the Bruins, the playoffs ban now it's brutal. I don't know. Who's this new guy? Tim Walker. Welcome.
He's a Blues fan.
Even if you don't, is he? Oh, even if he doesn't like me, I don't care. I thought he said that I was.
He's a good man.
I really should never read the chat. Welcome, really. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Come in here, talk to your friends. It's fun.
Yeah, call in.
Yeah, call in. I don't care. Just as long as you're not bone diggity. Well, yeah, actually, really cool if you're bone diggity. We have a bone diggity good time. You love that name, don't you?
Yeah, I did.
It gives you the giggles. What else? What other stories you got?
Oh my God. Okay, you want to go to Bufflin?
Yes, I love Dustin Bufflin. That creepy photo bombing.
We know earlier. The big thing, and Boston just scored again.
I'm 2 minutes behind, so I'll catch it. I'll let you know what I think. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, earlier a couple weeks ago, we learned that Bufflin threw Evander Kane's stuff in the shower. And
yes,
turned
good
on,
stuff.
Which I find hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Well, he actually got caught spying on the Capitals.
Oh God, I
TV
saw the
timeout.
clip. He walks up like he's one of the friggin' Washington Capitals. He stands over his shoulder and just stands there with those creepy black eyes of his. He's got really dark, creepy eyes. And he likes to, when he photobombs dudes, he likes to open his eyes really big. Yeah. And he was doing that shit, just standing there. I don't even think he was trying to hear anything. I think what happened is, here's my guess. Dustin Bufflin hated Evander Kane so much that he repressed the fun guy that he is. Which merely makes me wonder about Evander Kane. Bufflin couldn't stand him, but Bufflin's got those big eyes, kind of those big, and he's been doing funny stuff. He's happy. He's happy that kid's gone. That's my guess.
Yeah.
He's just being like, he's big buff, and boy, can he throw his fucking ass around. God, his ass was made for hockey. I see Bufflin just seemingly cruising to people. Looks like an innocent touch hit, and the guy just boom. Off the boards.
Oh, yeah.
Love the buff.
We're not even talking about his shot either. Didn't even mention that.
He would be a great serial killer in a movie if he'd do those crazy buff. And he knows it, too. He should go in acting or maybe WWE after it's over. He'd be great.
There you go.
Yeah. Wouldn't he be great as a wrestler? He's big enough.
Yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to see it.
Buff is the stuff. What would be his finishing move?
What would be his finishing? Oh, man.
We got to come up with something. Call in 718-395.
I don't know. I got nothing right now. But
what would be Dustin Bufflin's finishing move? Oh, is it a redeflection? I didn't see. Did they score yet? I didn't see it. All right. What else you got in the news?
You're gonna love this.
Wow. Yeah.
You're gonna love this, and I think if Cronin heard this, he might go nuts. But
who cares?
Or any Boston fan, really. Yeah. Mike Milbury said he would consider coaching Boston. Oh, hold on. I want to see your reaction to this.
Okay, there it was.
I just saw your reaction.
Call back again, Tim. Because I can't take. Call back again. You've been waiting for that whole week. Now I'm the arrogant elitist prick.
Oh my god. I didn't read any more into it because I felt that's all I needed.
Yeah. Oh god. You know, Cronin used to tell this joke. All you have to do is if you ever wanted, like, if you're ever bombing on the stage, and you ever wanted to, if you're ever bombing on stage and you ever wanted to, like, get a laugh, all you'd have to say is, yeah, all you have to say is Rick DiPietro. So when Milbury sits down for the meeting, with Bruins staff, all they have to say is Rick DiPietro. Hey, we got a new caller, and your name is Mr. Walker. Mr. Timothy Walker, how are you on? What's happening?
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening? What's on your mind?
Hey.
Oh,
How you doing, Tommy? Actually, I was just chatting there with Jeff for a minute or two, and I wanted to talk for a second about the leadership on the Blues squad. Can we talk Blues for a second?
Sure, absolutely. No, you can talk about anything. Here, bud.
Go for it. Let me.
Well, my brother and I, we're both from Ontario. We've been Blues fans since we were a kid, and
Nice.
we've been arguing lately about whether or not Backus is really pulling his weight as a leader on this team. I personally think he's getting into way too many scrums after the whistle.
What do you think of that,
I
Jeff?
feel he does, but because he's always there sticking up for people. But I think he does it. I don't think he does it at the right times all the time.
Yeah.
You know, Milan Lucic, and it was Sean Thornton. Obviously, he's one of the best fighters, really, to lace him on. One of the better fighters in the last 10 years. I heard him say once, and it could sound like kind of a pussy thing. Like, he goes, look, I know when to fight. But you know what? In hockey, it really isn't, because there is a time when you don't drop the gloves, and it's not walking away. And there's a reason for that, because fighting is a tool. It's not just fighting for the sake of fighting. I know that's tough for new fans to understand. Getting involved.
Oh my god!
What happened?
I think Jalmerson just took a slap shot from Char in the nuts.
Oh, God. Well, we're definitely going to have some clips tonight to upload.
Rest in peace.
Well, I'm gonna hold on. But anyway, tell me that thing. Now I lost my train of thought, Jeff.
Sorry.
You're talking about
watched.
like when to drop the gloves, right? Like when to actually
not even just to watch the drubs, but when to get involved and when not to get involved, when to take bad penalties. You know, how old is Backus, Jeff?
30.
He should know better.
I think so too.
Yeah, being a little.
He should. I think he tries to. It seems to happen when the Blues are down and he's trying to light a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Under the team, but he's not the. I don't think he should be the guy doing it.
Exactly. I mean,
that's what you got Reeves and that's what you got Reeves and Ott for.
Exactly.
Well, they
exactly.
need.
I think of it like Band of Brothers. It's like this is the guy who everyone turns to in the trenches and needs to keep calm and deliver. Deliver some leadership. And I think maybe this is what Oshie's talking about when he says we're not playing playoff hockey. I mean, it starts from the goalie out, and I think Elliott has been pretty consistent since he got back from his injury.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a slump right now, but
yeah,
I'm not
a little
worried
bit.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm just more worried about once they get into deep in the playoffs. I mean, knock on wood. Let's say they pardon my French, but let's say they actually get past the first round this year. I think they need to look to the guys wearing the letters on their jerseys, especially Backus.
Do you think that there is something going on here? Do you think that they're referring to, by some odd chance, that they may have been referring to, Oshie may have been referring to Backus directly?
I doubt it, only because
no.
Backus, Oshie, Steen, those guys are like the old guard. You know? I know there was a little bit of a little whispering of them having a hard time with Tank and Laterra and Schwartz coming up this year and trying to give them a little more, a little more room. But I don't think Oshie would be calling Backus out.
No, okay. No, I think that's an interesting thing. I don't think that's bad leadership, though. I think that's bad judgment.
Yeah. I like I love Backus as a leader. I think he just has some.
I found that really shocking coming from a Blues fan. And I'm waiting for the ball slap shot from Chara. And I find that really, I just find that really fucking odd because I really like the guy a lot. I mean, he does.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I love David Backus. I mean, David Backus is my favorite player.
Is that right?
I love
funny.
Backus.
I serve at a restaurant downtown Toronto, and Brian Burke used to be a regular there before he lost his job here. But every once in a while, I'd build up enough courage to talk hockey with him for a second or two.
Oh, really?
Incidentally, I've served Milbury at the exact same pub.
I'm
not
sure
to put
he's
you
fun.
into hysterics.
Yeah. Milbury's funny.
But Berkey himself said, I told him I was a Blues fan, and he said himself, I would take Backus hands down on any team I was creating. And
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's great. I'd like to see it. The pedigree is there. I think it's time for the Blues to win a championship. Then, if he's that good of a leader.
I agree with you. I am probably going to take them. We do a shot from the point game at the end of the season, and how you get extra point is you actually pick the finalists and the winner prior to the playoffs starting. And that's like used for tiebreaker points, but that doesn't matter. I am more than likely going to take the Blues to at least be the finalists in the Stanley Cup. I really think this is the year. I do. I've been going along with this. And
Patrick Berglund could
Jeff
be a very step
this
to
is
that.
Jeff's first year on the team, and every time we bring in a new guy or something, that team goes to Stanley Cup Finals. So I would not be surprised the two new guys we have. It's going to be a Montreal. That's real scientific. All right,
That's a good omen.
Here's where I'm good. Yeah, it is a good omen that Jeff's here. They're going to the final. All right, here's what I think, Mr. Walker. I think you don't have a leadership problem. You have a guy that's a little. I think he's trying to let everybody know that he gives a shit, and I think that's a judgment problem. Here's the guy you have to blame, Coach. Coach should be reining him in. Because they can't bring another player to rein Backus in because he's already the captain of the team. So this is really coaching staff job to get into. Like, look, you can't get in all these. Appreciate it, lots of heart, but you're going to have to use a little better judgment because you're putting us at a disadvantage in penalty killing. I think that's really basically what you have to do. I think it's really interesting, though, and I think it's probably an opinion you're not going to hear inside of St. Louis or really in the Blues universe. You know?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what a lot of the insiders say about Hitchcock in terms of his shelf life. I mean, this is the year. He never gets by 4 years with any team, and you see a lot of really early dividends with him, and then it starts to trail off. So I think, if that is the case, then hopefully we can find a coach that's as sturdy as Hitchcock. Because frankly, when you look at pedigrees, you're using that word again. I don't see how we're going to do any better unless Babcock wants to come over. But yeah,
that would be beautiful for you guys.
Anyway, Tim, Tommy, thank you very much.
Oh no, you call anytime.
I'm a new listener. I've been listening since the new year, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
All right. I hope you enjoy it. That warms my heart and probably pisses off Bone Diggity. Take it easy, buddy. Bye. Good. See that, Bone Diggity? Somebody cares about what I think. I'm not a moron.
John Morrison got his Bone Diggity cut off by Charles Slapshot.
I'm going to end up watching hockey. It's like fucking 10:15 over here. How many more stories you got?
I hit the wrong thing. Son of a...
You got to start writing that shit down.
I do. Well, yeah,
you close Google Chrome. That's what you do. Oops.
How about Sissy Crosby fighting Brandon Dubinsky?
He won the fight.
Well, if you want to call it a fight.
I couldn't say. I mean, I was surprised. I thought Doobie kicked his ass. Actually, said he won. Yeah, I saw that. It was like, hey, it's so funny. This guy. I mean, all his fights have been like acts of pussy. At least this was a straight up fight. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'm not gonna bash him. It was a straight up fight, and he beat up a reasonably tough guy. Well, what are you gonna do? Sun shines at a dog's ass once in a while. Broken washes right twice a day. And Sidney Crosby won a fight against fucking Doobie, and I would have been busting his nuts in the locker room if I was a Columbus Blue Jacket. How about that? What else you got?
There was a mega line brawl in the AHL.
Oh, saw that.
192 penalty minutes total.
That's fucking cool. I wish it was 1,000.
That's over 3 games worth of penalties.
It's so stupid. Like, isn't there like a all right, you're out of the game, it doesn't count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so dopey. Let's go to Frenchie Ben in Quebec. I love when I get Canadians callers too. I love when I get Canadian callers. Frenchie Ben, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Jeff the Huff, nice to see you.
He's doing a good job, isn't he?
You too.
He's doing a good job.
Thank you.
Frenchie Ben.
Yeah, I know you were talking about the Crosby fight.
What do you think of that?
I think that Dubinsky owed himself in the end.
You think he what?
He hold his hits, or he didn't get involved that much in the fight.
Yeah, he probably couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah, but in a sense, he knew who he was fighting and what he meant for the league. So I think he said, "Okay, I'm not going to go all the way in."
I hope if I was Dubinsky, I'd be thinking the exact opposite. I'm like, I'm going to put this guy.
Yeah, but you don't want to be known as the guy who finished Crosby's career.
First of all, I got to be honest with you. That's a theory. I respect your opinion. I cannot believe that's true. I mean,
no, you don't think so?
Especially with Doobie's history with Sydney and New York when Doobie was in New York. I don't think that's true. I don't want to believe that's true. I would think that everybody wants to crush that fucking kid. Let's not forget, Sydney's small. Yeah, he's under 6 foot. Yeah, he's a big baby and he's a whiner, and he seems to like to play the heel, especially when they pulled him out of that stupid box last week. We were talking about that.
But it's supposed to be his 6th or 7th fight.
Yeah, he's got a few majors, but like the ones he won, I remember he jumped this guy in Florida in the face-off, real cowardly like.
Yeah, that's right.
I think he got a fighting major with Claude Giroux, if I'm not mistaken, or Scott Hartnell. But it wasn't like really a big deal. Oh, it looks like Chicago got back in it. Nice redirect by Jonathan Tace.
Did they throw Lucic out?
They tossed him. I didn't see. I can't watch a game.
I don't know. I don't know. Tace scored, and they were talking to Lucic.
I can't believe that. I can't believe, like, the only thing that seems reasonable to me is if, like, oh my God, if I fuck this guy up, they'll find a way to suspend me even if I don't deserve it. Mm-hmm. So I'll let him kick my ass. But I tell you something, I could not play the game of hockey in the NHL. I'd be looking to get him. I'd be looking to get that kid. So I got to be honest. I think he won the fight. There's no other rational explanation. And I think, like, we all want him to get pummeled so bad in the fight to kind of end this, like, his fake tough guy bravado.
He did not touch him.
We want it so bad that we'll kind of come up with ways to say, oh, well, Doobie wasn't feeling good or what have you. Nah, I just, you could be right, Ben, but
maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah,
not.
I don't know. I can't. Hockey players are fucking mean, man.
Yeah, they do, but they use their mind more than we think.
Maybe.
Tommy, sorry to interrupt. Are you where are you at in the game right now?
Let me tell you. Hold on a second.
Rask it showed the replay of Rask smashing his stick, and I think Versteeg just flopped.
I thought I saw that in
other.
the corner of my eye. Lucic is getting tossed, it looks like, right now.
Okay, just keep an eye on it, because they showed a replay of Rask smashing his stick, and I think Versteeg just flopped like none other.
Oh, really? We're going to see a mega flop?
Just keep one
going.
Eye on
okay,
it.
Lucic looks like he's skating away.
Yeah.
We're at the point where Randy Carlisle's talking to referees.
Guess who gets thrown in the box for Boston?
Oh, who? Marchand?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Marchand's skating towards the box right now. So it's coming?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay. Anybody's watching the game with us right now or just saw what we're about to see. Let me see this. Marchand's about to sit down. He looks a bit confused. Yeah. He looks like the coach doesn't like him.
They'll replay the goal. Rascal smashes stick. I think
Marchand popped Kane for like absolutely no, and then Rask smashed his stick because it went through his leg.
But something that was awkward this week.
I didn't see the flop,
you talked about the Brad Stewart.
I didn't see the flop. I just saw him smash his stick. I didn't see the flop. All right. Oh. Well, what else you got, Frenchie Ben? We'll go back to that later. We can't do that.
Have you talked about Corey Crawford bad goal?
No, I didn't see the Corey Crawford bad goal.
Oh, no, go see it because Brad Stewart of the Colorado, he just dropped the puck from the red line about
really?
At that point.
Are you kidding me?
And it was a goal. It was a peewee goal.
Poor Corey Crawford. He's got to steal the
And
cup.
before I leave, Tommy, tonight it's Fast Lane, I think.
Tonight is Fast Lane. I don't think I'll be up, but you never know because I'm kind of pumped up.
I'll watch that when I get home from
Go ahead,
coaching.
Jeff. Cut that promo,
Tommy,
Frenchie Ben.
I know Cronin is afraid of me because he's a pussy. He's going to bring his new partner, Pensoil Pete. But tonight, at Fastlane, me and my friend, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, will put you where you two belong, in a trash can. Bye.
All right, thanks, Frenchie Ben. Love you. Love you to death. Hear that, Cronin? French man's calling you out. We got to make that. I never remember to talk to him about that. We got to do something. Did you see the Pennzoil Pete bit, by the way?
Pennzoil Pete? Oh, I don't know.
You got to see it. It's too funny. You'll love it.
I don't know.
He does a thing with Tommy NC, who I'm supposed to get interviewed by. And it was just too funny. Just too funny. I think we're going to close the phone lines. We're going to try to get GIFs in. No more calls,
I guess
please.
I can finish up with this one, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike Milbury would consider coaching Boston.
Stop it. Go ahead.
No, that was it.
That was the last one?
I was hoping to get a bigger laugh.
All right, well, then maybe I'll open the phone lines. Oh, God, that's crazy. That was crazy. I think me and you were thinking the same thing on that one. The absolute same thing. Let me go over the chat.
Yeah, you just got yourself a new sound bite.
Yeah, from me for a change though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is Devin here? Oh shit. Well,
No,
I guess
she
we
left.
can do that. I guess we can do this. Is he calling though? I don't want to see. Okay. Yeah. No. I think we got Tommy NC 220. Pennzoil Pete.
Beautiful.
It's Tommy NC 220. What's happening?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're great.
Well,
Better of the year here. What's on your mind, brother?
Not much. I just want to say that you're doing a good show, and that I had an awesome time with Joe Cronin last night, and I can't wait. We need to plan a time to have you on Tommy Talk sometime, man.
What's good for you, brother? Like, I'm having a feeling I can't sleep tonight. You know.
Well, the thing is, I'm watching the pay-per-view tonight, and I have to work. I have to work tomorrow and Tuesday. I work from 11 to 4 both days, and if you just contact me on Facebook, we could figure out a day what's good for you, so we could do a show.
Sure, absolutely. I'll get in touch with you via Facebook. What have you?
Yes.
What do you want to interview me about, Tommy? I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty boring middle-aged man.
Well, no one's boring. Everybody's a human being. Everybody deserves to be interviewed.
Jeff is really boring. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke.
Yeah.
He helps kids. I mean, he's fucking a big lame-o. Trust me, there's boring people in the world. But you're not one of them.
And I'm just saying also hello to Dave Rose. I see him in your chat board right now.
The great Dave Rose.
He hosts the Dark Show.
Yes.
And also I'm talking to Graham right now and at Google Plus Hangout. He tried to call in because you guys were talking about football and you didn't answer his call.
Well, I answered one. He got in. He got in today. Graham, I talked to Graham, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Talking about checking.
Yeah. Are you crazy?
Well, you guys were talking about football and you wouldn't answer his call.
No. Probably. I don't know. I thought I talked to him. Yeah, I did. What are you, nuts? Yeah, I did. Well, wait, what are you going to interview me about? I'm really, I don't know. I just, I'm very humble. I don't like to brag. And I'm very respectful to callers, especially Bone Diggity. You know?
Well, also, I'll ask you all sorts of interesting questions. Very deep question, and stuff like that. Maybe one question: who is your favorite hockey player? Now, if you don't have to answer the question now, save that for the show whenever we do it.
I'll save it. Sean Avery.
But now, okay, I'll ask you a technical question.
Sure.
What sport do you think is better than hockey?
None, personally. But I mean, it's kind of subjective. None. Nothing entertains me.
Well, I hope you don't hate this, but I think professional wrestling is kind of, my personal opinion, I think professional wrestling is in the top tier. And sometimes, I don't watch hockey personally. I
like wrestling. Nothing entertains me like nothing entertains me like hockey. I like wrestling too. Am I a good wrestling guy, Jeff, or am I a bad? I mean, I'm not like the smartest.
Yeah, I mean, you predicted the Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, got that right.
You predicted stupidity. We were all predicting, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns,
I predicted
maybe even Dolph Ziggler. You predict stupidity, and you were right.
Right on. Whatever's happened tonight, Dave, it's gonna be stupid. And I was dead. I knew they were gonna do it too. I don't even know what they're doing now. The funny thing is, I want to watch Fastlane tonight. Because I think this is one of the few pay-per-views that you really... I don't know that Bryan won't win. Do you? Am I crazy?
No.
Could Bryan win?
I could see it. I don't
think I'm going to watch Fastlane tonight.
Fastlane is really interesting because you don't know really what's going to happen probably the first time in wrestling history because it's always predictable, I don't know.
For the first time, Sting is going to show... He's been in the WWE right now, but this is the first time that he's going to be stepping in the ring, staring down Triple H, and this is not going to be... I don't think there's going to be a few punches, but I think the main match is going to be at WrestleMania. WrestleMania 31.
The only thing that's going to happen is Sting.
I saw Sting live in the WWE for the first time, live.
That's right. You were there. The only thing that's going to happen is Sting... or any of the other wrestlers is smelling his Ben Gay with his old 50-year-old ass dragging it over there. I think everybody's going to be really disappointed with the Sting match. Yeah, it's nice to have him. I hope they still put him in the Hall of Fame.
You got the story behind it, though, too, so that could maybe take away from it.
I think it's a good angle, but I just like how good a match it's going to be. I mean, Triple H could still work, you know? I mean, what could Sting do? I don't know. Like, you know what it is? Dave's a real negative motherfucker, and he's always saying negative shit, and I just...
Eel Dave.
Not me. Dead Dave. Hope he's okay. Old dead Dave. Well, thank you, Tommy Talks. I hope to hear from you. Take care, brother. I gotta
give myself a brief shout out real quickly. Is that all right with you?
I should be doing a shout out on your show. You got 2,000 subs, but go ahead.
My name is Tommy NC2010. Go check me out. Go subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, go to patreon.com/TommyNC2010. Become a patron. Help my channel get build more. Check out Tommy C. Check out Graham. Also, check out the Joe Cronin Show. We're all one gigantic family. We're all sitting in the hot tub drinking beers and maybe some Coca rum.
Not Jeff.
I'm talking.
But go ahead.
Jeff I don't even drink soda anymore.
He's a big pussy.
I don't even drink soda.
But as always, I'm Tommy NC2010, and I'm keeping you on the inside fact, Tommy C.
All right, brother. So one Tommy C to another. Take care, man. All right, Tommy NC2010. He's got like 2,000 subs. He directed a video, a movie, a short film for MTV. No joke, not kidding. And he recently was on Tosh.0, which hasn't been released yet. And he wants to interview me tonight. 2,000 subs on YouTube. And Tommy is somewhere on the autism scale. I'm not going to say where. And we in the Joe Cronin universe had to stick up for him recently, and he always does really good work for us. And he is an inspiration. Absolutely. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Better. I'll fucking fire you. You non-drinking, really ripped prick.
I don't drink soda anymore. I gave that up a couple months ago.
I want you to come out here because I want to try to get you laid, but I'm afraid you'll bang my wife, you know, because you're all ripped up and shit. Because I know you're not good with women, are you?
I don't go out, dude.
No. Yeah, but you're not like, I mean, you have, you're really confident in everything in life, but you don't go up to, hey, what's up? You know, like, I like to see you next week. You don't do that, do you?
No.
Because yeah. See, if you're in the army, I think you're gonna end up in the army. You know that? I wonder if that's
I'd be completely fine with that.
Yeah, you do well there, buddy. Although I don't know if you want to serve for this bonehead in office now. I think I'd wait.
Yeah, I'd be serving for people like Bone Diggity.
Yeah, for Bone Diggity.
Rose Report. Yes, no.
No, is he on? I thought is he doing the Rose Report?
I don't know. He's in the chat.
I didn't know if he's gonna do that. Well, let's put him on. I'll do the fucking Rose Report. I don't care. I don't care if we go a little late.
Almost forgot about it last week.
Yeah, that was a good show. Is he gonna? I didn't know. I didn't know if he's gonna be on at all. I wasn't really sure. I'll put him on. Fucking. All right, I'll cut this. If he answers, then it's fine. That's great.
I accept.
Were you gonna be on? I forget. I didn't know if you could do it at all. You're just doing the Rose Report.
You guys there?
Yeah. You doing the Rose Report? He forgot to put his mic on. Can you hear me?
This conversation's about this conversation has about as much life as Toronto's playoff hopes.
Yeah, it really does. What the hell's going on here? Dave Rose, where are you? I didn't know he's gonna be. I
know. I guess he must be hanging with Matt. His router's buried in some sand.
I'll give him one more shot. I don't want. I thought that I got.
I heard him and I saw him.
Yeah. We can hear you fine.
Yeah, I hear him.
Are you doing the Rose Report today? I thought you might have it just clicked that you were in the chat, you know. So I thought, are you okay?
I don't know if he can hear us. He can't hear us.
No, he can't hear. He can't hear
for
us.
Fuck's! I'm sorry, guys. I'm
All
really
right.
sorry about
It's okay,
that.
Dave. Don't worry
I prepped it before the show just to have it ready, and as always, the software is just messing with my computer.
Can you hear us,
gentlemen? No, I couldn't hear you. I was inputting, but I couldn't hear you guys, and I thought my sound was fucked. Sorry, gentlemen.
Do you want to give a report, or you want to just end the show and hang out with us?
No, I'll give a report. I took a few notes here. Interesting words on Chicago Blackhawks at the beginning. Absolutely great rant from you, Tommy, about Mr. Bone Diggity.
You got a great rant about every week.
Really? You think?
And I don't want to add any more fuel to that fire, but clearly a very passive aggressive letter from someone who clearly doesn't want to speak to you one-on-one to discuss this issue like proper men.
It's like this. It's like he called me an idiot, and then he took the fucking high road. I'm all for taking the low road. I'm like that guy in Adventures of Babysitting. I'd fucking hit you, but I'm better than that. And I'm like the guy that came behind him and goes, I'm not. Bow!
Yep. Yeah.
You know, that's me. Yeah. I love that redhead.
That's a great reference that you just upped your score today.
Yeah, okay,
those
good.
Obscure references like those do fucking work on me.
You can't, I mean, can you imagine this, like, shit, like, I walked up to Jeff. Hey, Jeff, fuck you right here, come on. And Jeff comes up and he's like, okay, bitch, let's do this. Hey, listen, I know how, and I look at Jeff and I said, look, I know how to deal with my anger issues better than to just engage in the fisticuffs every time. I mean, look, I'm a mature adult. Can you imagine that shit? That's what he did. You can't do that to me.
Yeah, this guy must be related to the guy that went off on Dave.
Yeah.
And on Dave.
What, the guy called him a racist?
Yeah, the racist. Like he told him to go pour honey on your titties and kill yourself.
That's funny. Yeah. But that was great. I like that guy.
So a few good lines I wanted to mention from the show is Tommy was going back on his rant and he said, fuck your news to Jeff.
That was great. Yeah, that was funny.
Now, there was also the whole millennial discussion and out-sensitive you. They're trying to out-sensitive you. That's pure gold, buddy.
Okay. Thank you.
So good news on the Miracle on Ice. Yeah. Again, I think Kurt Russell made a movie about that.
Sure did. And
it was a Disney movie, I think. But, fact is, they made a movie about it. You know, you can always dream about being as good as Canada, but I'll give you guys that.
Well, you pussies didn't play. I don't think in that tournament because you wouldn't play professional hockey players. You wouldn't put your college kids up against professional hockey players, which I don't blame you. But they didn't do that.
The first we lost one of the first members of that. We lost one of the first members of the Miracle team a couple months ago.
Yeah, I know. That's another. We should have mentioned that.
But nonetheless, a great event. 35 years ago today. So cheers to you, American team.
Well,
now Roy's call, great as always. Graham, also great call about checking and stuff.
Good question. It was a really good question.
Inspires me to know that you're learning more and stuff. But it's not football. It's not gridiron football. You just can't hit people. Yeah. You can only go for them when they got the puck.
It's like fucking Mutant League hockey. Remember those games? Like you like punch people like it's away from the play in that video game.
NHL hits, yeah.
Yeah, NHL hits. Where like in Mutant League hockey, you could.
That was a good game.
You could have a monster like the goalie eat the person or something. It was like fucking great, you know.
I very much liked the discussion and analysis on the response of the Leafs player. I can't remember his name, but the way that he responded about playing there in Toronto. Tommy and I are somewhat different in the sense that I'm not like Tommy says, fuck the media, fuck the news reporters. I clearly have a bias towards them, but I still think that they should have the right to question this. And the fact is that if there's certain players that can't respond properly to the media, the coach says, sorry, he's not talking. Just go to the locker room, I'll handle it. But don't obviously the ambushing thing I don't agree with, but if you're up for answering questions, you better be able to handle hard-hitting questions. So
I honestly
that's just my point on that.
I think, you know what? I think in a perfect world, you're 100% right, but I think if you could be them for a week and just take those questions, you would come back and say, Tommy, you're right.
No, because I know how to talk and I know how to deal with smart asses. But I was thinking about this when Jeff mentioned it, Marshawn Lynch, the beast mode. The way that he handles it, no matter how disgusting and disrespectful, it works because he repeated the same line over and over again. And it's like, look, you're going to either take the question and ask something different or just stop asking questions because you know the answer that's going to come out. So I can agree with that. If you want to play hardball with reporters, damn straight you guys do it, just like the politicians do with their circular reasoning and all that bullshit, or anybody else. If you want to take it to the reporter, I encourage and condone that sort of action from a hockey player, but they should be able to deal as well as receive it.
All right.
But anyways,
I don't have a problem with them questioning the players. I don't have a problem with the players giving them shit, but let's face it, this is not a fair fight. When these guys are rude for them, then they're trying to get a reaction out of these guys, and the players actually say, you know what, fuck off, man. How dare you talk to me that way? You wouldn't talk to anybody else in your regular professional life that way.
I totally agree. They're trying to instigate them. They're trying to get them to emotionally respond.
But they act like it's a fucking free speech violation. How dare you talk to the media that way? How dare you talk that way to me? I'm a man, motherfucker.
But you got to play the game. That's the thing. Look at how some politicians respond to a serious questioning, and they give some stupid story about jobs or like something totally unrelated. Take a page from the politicians and respond in the same manner to the media,
but it's like,
so that you're not giving any ground and you're giving one to them.
Then you never get to know these guys. They need it's just like they're all politicians. They're a bunch of fucking phonies. You know what I mean?
Hold on. You expect me to watch TSN, ESPN, Sportsnet, or some other channel and actually get to know these guys? No, I think I'm going to watch the YouTube videos where some fan goes up to talk to them and they let them film them. They have a brief interaction, or maybe something where I go and actually see an event, or you see one of these events on YouTube or something. But I think I'm going to judge them not by what clearly biased forums are going to say about particular
that's you.
players.
You're smart, though. You're smart. You're smarter than most people. I'll just leave it at this. I'll leave it at this. And you may be right. I don't have a fucking problem with the way they treat them. I don't really think they owe them anything. And I generally, Jack O'Callahan, Chicago Blackhawks, 82-87. Well, I don't get distracted by this fucking game. I'm never doing NAS again. I'm going to have to talk to Jeff about that. No, I
agree with you.
All right, yeah.
But that's the thing. I want to also walk that fine balance between both sides, because both sides, I think, have a valid reasoning. But again, if both, if one side has to take the low road, then both sides should take the low road. Play the same game, sling the same mud, but don't try to take the high road and get offended when obviously these prick reporters are trying to instigate you into a response that that they want you to say, oh, go fuck yourself, and then you're caught on camera, and then it's a big PR fiasco for the team.
Fine. People talking to you. It's fucking lame. And then the guy says, I really felt threatened. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, it's like, bullshit.
And that's why I can't. And that's why I always give these guys the benefit of the doubt. Well, what did you think about this Toronto players, the way he handled that? I thought that was the best possible response.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, these sorts of things need to be taught to players. They need to send them to some sort of PR camp where they learn and realize the best way to play that game when it comes to reporters. Because again, the slightest slip up will make that team look bad. So why wouldn't they be investing in a way to teach these guys how to answer questions? Or, what's so difficult of saying, sorry, no comment on that question?
It's because you get sick of doing it. All right, we'll leave it at that. I think that's a really good discussion we should have on In the Crease next time there's an incident. Like, me and you could really go butt heads on that. Next time there's like a major.
Okay, so I'll quickly just wrap up my Rose review for today, February 22nd, 2015. Here, Shot from the Point Live. Great call from Tim Walker. Glad to know that we've got another new caller. I have fairly large disagreements with him in the chat in regards to the media coverage of the Leafs organization, because in my opinion, they've always been too pro-Leafs, and only now, because things are breaking apart and it's so evident and festered, that there's enough criticism coming out on the talk media, on the newspapers, and even from the fans. So basically, again, living in the city for over 3 decades, I think I know what I'm talking about.
He hates the Leafs. That's what it is, probably.
Anyways, Frenchie Ben, great call as always. Tommy NC, didn't know how that call was going to go, but definitely full of positivity. I give their show this week an 8.25.
8.25, that's pretty damn good. Also, I want to throw in there, too, Jeff came in here doing the thing himself, and I think he did a super god. I thought we had really, really good show.
Except for the whole chewing gum thing. Me and Frenchie Ben, we both...
Stop chewing gum, you millennial!
That's very classless.
I don't...
Here in Canada, we don't do that.
Look at this fucking show, man. I mean, can you kidding me? I've done this show with...
Hey, I'm chewing Big Red here.
That's okay. Yeah. But, at least he wasn't playing video games. I don't care if people... Well, probably... I chewed gum on an episode. I could never do that. You're probably right, though. Probably shouldn't chew gum. I did Monday. Honestly, you're an idiot.
Frenchie Ben wrote that in the chat as well.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're not allowed to chew gum anymore thanks to fucking Dave Rose. He stitched you out. All right,
great show, guys. Great callers.
Let me do my plugs real quick and get the hell out of here.
And very enjoyable and funny.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dave Rose. Dave
Very
Rose
nice.
Report. Always fair, always in your face, and doesn't pull back. That's the man. JohnFreemanMusic.com. 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 Please check out John Freeman, the official musician of the Shot from the Point program and the Shot from the Point channel. Please check him out. He can write music, and you won't get tagged for it on YouTube because you own it. And he's done a lot of the work for us. Check out JohnFreemanMusic.com. You can get a hold of me, Tommy C, SFTP on Twitter, Skype, call me anytime, Shot from the Point, one word, or 718-395-7660. And search for us on social media. We're on Facebook and Google+. That's Shot from the Point. You also can hit me up on Google+. I got a Tommy C Google+ site. You can talk to me there. I cannot take the bombardment of IMs or whatever the fuck they call them on Google Plus when I'm doing stuff, videos and stuff like that. So what I did is I flipped it over to Tommy C. You see me over there. More than likely, I have a Tommy C, just Tommy C on Google Plus. I'll take any friend, absolutely any friend, and I'll bullshit with you over there. But I couldn't keep doing it with the way things were going. What else do I got? Who else? The people that are on your screen now. That's Mr. Devious Dave Rose. You can check him out. What's your Twitter handle?
At Devious Dave Rose.
He's also the host of The Dark Show, and he does a lot of wrestling stuff with Joe Cronin, and he's a proud member of the Shot from the Point Joe Cronin family. That's Devious Dave Rose. Check him out and disagree with him, goof on him, fight so I get some material. And then on the other side of your screen is Jeff the Huffman, newsman, bluesman, who did a spectacular job today. You can check him at www.youtube.com/GrandSlam87. GrandSlam87. Watch Jeff throw a millennial fit because he doesn't drink or smoke or anything like that, and he's really uptight after he doesn't win a hockey game on fucking line.
Hey, those refs are biased. Those refs are biased.
That was the funniest thing. I really gotta start cutting his videos. So much shit comes up, but he's really funny. Jeff believes that EA's got it out for him.
They do.
Look, it gets me angry, and I don't even have that system or play that game. You watch those videos, man, and they got it out.
He does get screwed on. That's like, it's not like I always expect to look at it. I'm like you, Dave. I'm thinking the same thing. It's like, what is he, insane? I'm like, wow, that's a weird glitch, you know? That's what I was going away with. That's kind of weird. He did kind of get fucked. It's kind of weird.
NHL 15 now with 60% glitches.
It is a little glitchy. That's another thing is I got 15 for 360, which is essentially 14, and it doesn't glitch at all, really. Well, at least that I've seen. I'm not that good at it. Really, to really own no glitches, you have to be great at a game. Joe Cronin Show. Please check out Joe Cronin Show for Fastlane tonight. Right after Fastlane, WWE Fastlane, flip up to, I guess he's going to be on, what is he going to broadcast on tonight?
Spectrum 617.
Spectrum Gaming 617.
Restated and restored.
And he'll be broadcasting live from there. You also can check him on Joe Cronin Show. Right here on YouTube. He is the guy that got this off the ground and really pointed me in the right fucking direction. That's Joe Cronin at the Joe Cronin Show. I think we got everybody, right?
Yeah.
Dead on Dave. Dead on Dave.
Oh, yeah. Dead on Dave, my partner in the crease, who's been very, very sick. And we really everybody, whole Shot from the Point team, even that fat fucker Jake Link, who's catching fish and having a good time eating lobster down in Tampa. Wish you the best. Get well soon. And I think he's going to make it tonight. And, it's hard for a guy that has the pain issues he has to have sick on top of that. So it's been a rough week for him. But you see him, he's dragging his ass out there. I haven't talked to him all weekend. I miss him terribly. You know, I call him like 15 times a day. You know that? I call him like 15 times. Did you see that?
Every time I'm doing a bit.
Did you hear that? Look, yeah, every time he's doing a video with Jeff, I start calling Dave and I pester him. It's really funny. All right. Thank you very much for being a part of Shot from the Point. We ran a little late today, a little later than I wanted to.
That's all right.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, new callers. Thank you, Frenchie Ben. Thank you, Roy. Good luck. Your team's up 2-1. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. That's pretty much, that's right, because we changed the intro, so I can't do the same thing I always do. This has been a Shot from the Point production. No, we don't do it. We call it Shot from the Point hockey. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
It's only a game. Why have you got to be mad?
You better get married again. You don't want to be somebody cocking it up before you can say Jack Robinson.
hate hockey and I don't like kids.
Alright, everywhere I go, people keep asking me, Dan, whose side are you on? There's this big battle going on right now between pirates and ninjas. There's people fighting over which one will win a fight or which are better, pirates and ninjas. So people keep asking me, Dan, whose side are you on? And all I can say is, I don't give a fuck.